There are so many book charts out there: Amazon bestseller, Goodreads recommendations, BBC book clubs, but perhaps the most authentic of them all must be the Sunday Times bestsellers list. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Harry's Book Cafe. Today I want to talk about viral books. You see them everywhere, stuck in the permanent positions of bookshops. You see them on Instagrams and TikToks and YouTube review channels, such as this one. I want to find out exactly how good they are. Most of those viral books actually end up on Sunday Times bestseller list. I managed to purchase 5 of them, and I want to see just exactly how good they are. I'm going to read it myself and bring you a up-to-date review in a very near future. Those 5 books, let's start with the first and only physical book I purchased, which is The False Wing. This book is perhaps the most viral of them all. This occupies the top space of the Sunday Times bestseller, but this is also the only book that is also on the New York best-selling list. In fact, this is number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list as well. This is the only one that actually occupied both positions in the UK and the US. And this is perhaps the book that you can see anywhere in the bookshop. Walk into any bookshop, Waterstones, W.H. Smith, anything. You walk in and I'll guarantee you will see this one. This is completely viral, more than even the others. And this is the only fantasy book currently occupying the Sunday Times sellers list. I don't normally read many fantasies. I read George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones, Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn trilogy, and everybody's favorite, The Lord of the Rings. But other than that, I haven't been really reading much fantasies, and that's something that I'm looking to rectify in the future. So this story is about a young woman who really wanted to study in a traditional academic world, surrounding herself with books and histories. However, her mother is a commander-in-chief of the local military, and she forced her daughter to join this dragon rider legion. And it's not everyone can get a dragon. There's fewer dragons than there are candidates. So the main character, being a small woman, she's really in high risk of losing her life, because people in the academy are quite happy to kill her to maximize their chances of getting a dragon on their own. And also because her mother is the commander-in-chief of the academy, of the military, they are quite happy to kill her daughter just for that reason alone. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. So this is a 2-book series. The other book will be released, I think, in November. So looking forward to reading this one. The next one is a crime novel. I think there are 2 crime novels on Sunday Times bestseller list. One of them is Kill for Me, Kill for You. It's here. And I went on to Amazon, and nearly all of the reviews are absolutely crazy 5 stars. So I'm really intrigued to read about that particular book. I read quite a lot of crime novels, mostly with Taz Garrison's novels. So I'm looking forward to reading a new crime novel. So this one involves 2 women who both have lost loved ones because of a man, or 2 men. And the women met each other in a bereavement support group, and they clicked instantly. And as their friendship grows, they started to decide to take on revenge. And as the title suggests, so this book makes the scratch my back and I'll scratch yours to a brand new level. So I'm looking forward to reading that one too. On the review, most of the reviews saying that there's so many twists and turns that people can't really participate what the ending is. So it sounds like a fantastic novel. I'm really looking forward to. The other one is another non-fiction book, and that's the Aboard in Japan. So this is written by a English gentleman, I think. He teaches English in Japan and has been doing so over the last 5 or 10 years or so. And so this book is about his personal experience as a foreigner to sort of absorb a foreign culture. And Japanese culture is quite fascinating and very different to the English ones. So this book is all about how he feels and how he appreciates the culture. In fact, he has his own YouTube channel, which is very, very successful, and he's been posting lives in Japan on his channel as well. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. Especially, I'm personally very, very interested in the Japanese culture. So that's something that I'm looking forward to dig in. The other one, the next one, is also a non-fiction book. It's nice to actually see quite many non-fictions make into the top 10 of the Sunday Times bestseller. So this one is called Ultra Processed People, and the author and infectious disease expert. And this book is all about our modern diet, certainly the Western diet. So there are so many food in our lives that are so processed that it looks completely different to its original form, and nutrition has lost. And we have gained something else during the process that's harmful to our body. So for instance, bread, breakfast cereals, all these crisps that we like to nibble during our snacks, those has a very detriment effect on our bodies. So in this book, he dives deep into how ultra-processed food came into being and what effect we are having on ourselves by consuming those ultra-processed foods. So it's a fascinating read. He has a podcast as well, and it's called Ultra-Processed Food. So I have listened to that. It's also quite fascinating. I've heard a few, I listened to a few episodes, and it's really, really fascinating. So I got that on Kindle as well. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Talking about Kindle, this, as I said, this is the only book that I actually got it in the physical form. Not because it's got a pretty cover, I mean it does, but the reason is because for some reason Kindle version of this book is more expensive than the physical one. I don't know why. But yeah, that's why I got the physical one. All the others are Kindle version. And last, but certainly not the least, is the Yellowface, which is perhaps the one that I'm most looking forward to reading. So this book is, I got the sense that it must be quite hilarious, but also nerve-wracking at the same time. So it involves so the main protagonist is a young woman. She's at best very much a mediocre writer, and her acquaintance, not really her friends, but her acquaintance, one of her acquaintances, Athena, she was an incredible successful writer. Be like Sally Rooney, almost like became famous overnight, and she was really successful, got lots of deals, movie deals, and all that sort of good stuff. And one day they went out for dinner, and they end up in, so the successful writer's name is Athena. They both went back to Athena's house, and a freak accident happened, and Athena was dead. So June, the main character, the main protagonist of the story, the one who is really a mediocre writer, she discovered a unfinished manuscript in her friend's house, and she's stolen those and published under her own name. Athena, the successful writer who died, she was a Chinese American, and the new unpublished manuscript is about Chinese history. So the books digs into the concept of cultural appropriation, and also about social media's influence on the current publishing world. So Jung stolen the manuscript, published on her own. It was very successful, of course, but then people start to suspect that this might not be Jung's own work. So you're watching this slow car crash of her trying to, the length that she's willing to do to cover her tracks. So it has a moral story, but I got the sense that it's hilarious. It can be a little bit a marmite of a book, especially from the reviews. Some people absolutely love it, some people didn't or don't. So it's quite interesting to actually reading that particular book. As I said in the beginning, this is the one that I'm really looking forward to, the most looking forward to read this one. So I'll get a review up very quick and hopefully bring to you the feeling that I have after reading those books. So that's pretty much it. These top 5 books from the Sunday Times bestseller. Yeah, let me know what you think. Have you read any of these ones? Please leave comments down below and let me know what you think of them, how you find these books are. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. It really does help a new channel like mine. Oh, and by the way, I have a different channel that's all about traveling, walking tours around Europe and the world. It's called Global Hopper. I'll leave a link down below, so please check it out when you can. But yeah, until next time, cheerio.